Hi everyone. I wanted to do something a little different today, and I'm going to read you an essay that is a little political, and it has to do, of course, tying in with current events. So please stop this video if you do not have the spoons to listen to something like that. It's going to be a little bit about the prison system, and it's going to be a little bit about police and, of course, some of those racial tensions. So content warning. Again, please stop the video if you don't have the spoons to listen to that today. Now, just to kind of give you a little backstory, Mumia has been in prison since the 80s. He was convicted of shooting and being the responsible party for the death of a white police officer. Given that it was the 80s, I assume you can understand exactly how much of a, let's call him a scapegoat that he became. In my opinion, he is completely innocent of these charges. Mumia, before he went to prison, was a radio journalist, and he one night was out with someone, and there was a little bit of a confrontation that resulted in the death of a white police officer and the near fatal shooting of Mumia himself. Since that event, he was on death row near permanently, but a few years back, they finally overturned that decision. But he has still been in solitary for the majority of his life, and he writes all of these books longhand with just the ink refill of a pen. So you can imagine how long it takes to write these. I picked up this copy a couple of years back when I was in college. This book here is Life from Death Row. It's basically his raw, real experiences and things that happened while he was in prison. The essay that I'm going to read is a little bit more focused about the police and some of the things that tie in with that type of racial tension amongst arresting officers. This essay is titled Absence of Power. A woman working to feed the homeless gets involved in a confrontation with transit cops down in a major metropolitan subway. She is accosted, manhandled, thrown to the ground, and held under restraint. Another woman has her window shattered by the highway patrol when she doesn't move her car fast enough or open her window on command. She is seized, handcuffed, and arrested. What makes these cases remarkable is the identity of the women described here. The first, in addition to being a political leader in her own right, is the wife of a U.S. congressman. The second, a prominent professional, is the wife of a state representative. Both women are African American. Although the charges against these women were later dropped, despite their prominence and influence, makes one wonder how people without such influence are treated by agents of the state. The two events just described occurred in Philadelphia in 1993. The first involved Philadelphia City Councilwoman Mrs. Janie Blackwell, wife of freshman U.S. Representative, Democrat, Lucian Blackwell. The second involved a leading black Philadelphia lawyer, Mrs. Renee Hughes, past president of the prestigious Barristers Association, a local affiliate of the National Bar Association, and wife of State Representative Vincent Hughes, Democrat for the 170th District. That both cases were administratively resolved is of less importance than that the incidents occurred at all. Indeed, such incidences are daily occurrences in the lives of black men and women in America. Regardless of class, rank, status, or station in life. That cops can treat people so shabbily, the very people who literally pay their salaries and set their operating budgets, gives a grim glimmer of life at the social, economic, political bottom, where people have no influence, no clout, no voice. These cases reveal the cold contempt white cops have for black men and women, even if those women are in positions of state power and are presumed to be in control. In truth, any control is illusionary, and as totally evanescent as power itself. Police are out of control. Black politicians are out of power. When these events occur, we can only conclude that if such events can happen to them, what of us? If people can watch the massacre of the Move people on May 13, 1985, as police bombed Move headquarters, and the ATF, FBI ramming and destruction of the Croatians of Waco, Texas in April 1993, and still claim the police are under control, then nothing said here will convince them. The police are the agents of white ruling class, capitalist will, period. Neither black managers nor black politicians can change that reality. The people themselves must organize for their own defense, or it won't get done. April 1993.